With the recent release of Marvel Rivals, it's clear that the creators of the project ooze passion in every single one of the characters they picked to work on.
They oozed it, bro.
They oozed it. TMNT type shit, dude.
Yeah, man, this game is really something special. Like, when I first heard about it, oh, it's gonna be like a Marvel, like, Overwatch, I was like, oh no. I'm kind of good on this. And then it came out and I was like, wow, they really were so passionate about every single aspect of the game. Like the art style, character designs, the way each character plays, like team up moves. It's so cool.
Also, the dialogues are really like refreshing and cool. Like in the pre-game lobby, your characters kind of talk to each other.
Yeah.
And you get interactions that you've never really, at least to my knowledge, like seen before.
Say, Doc, you never told me where you learned all those tricks.
It's called camartage.
So you weren't bitten by a radioactive wizard?
For sure, and you hear some of them being spoken by like classic Marvel voice actors. You know, they have Steve Bloom back as Wolverine from like all the cartoons.
Nolan North voices like half the cast.
Yeah, of course.
Like always.
Yeah.
But it really got us thinking, with all the amazing characters included, there are still tons to choose from to include.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Thomas.
I'm Merlin.
Together we're the Comic Lads, and today we're breaking down the top 10 characters we would love to see added to Marvel Rivals.
But before we get started, guys, of course, question of the week, we want to hear from you. Who's a character that you would like to see included in this game in a future update? Do you agree with our picks? We love to read your comments.
And before we get into it, make sure to like, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already.
Join the lads.
Become a fellow lad.
Alright, so slight disclaimer, there has been some leaks of characters coming up in future updates.
Pretty sure we're down for all of those characters to be in the game, but they will not be in our list, obviously.
And kicking things off, guys, we have the man without fear himself, Daredevil.
It's really mind-boggling that he's not in this game and Jeff the Land Shark is.
Yeah, and Luna Snow.
Yeah.
I do like that they're putting a spotlight on more of these obscure D-list characters.
I do too, but like Jeff specifically over Daredevil, it's a nut punch to me.
Yeah,
You know?
a little bit. But Daredevil would be so fun to add to this game.
Yes.
Obviously, in terms of the class systems, you know, there's Vanguard, Duelist, and Strategist. And we would see him in the Duelist category.
Absolutely. I mean, like, most of the characters, like we saw when we were looking at the roster, are duelists.
Yeah, like 18 of the 33.
Exactly. He should have, like, a really acrobatic, kind of bouncy traversal set, you know?
Especially because a lot of the characters in this game, movement is kind of, like,
Limited.
it would be nice to have a character that could, like, jump in and out.
We could give ourselves a few more characters that can have the ridiculous mobility that Spider-Man has, because he can just move faster than literally anyone else in the game.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, I would like to see I'd like to see Daredevil have like a kind of like swinging move with the
Eskrima sticks.
Are they Eskrima sticks like Nightwing?
I think so.
Okay.
I think also something that I've noticed about this game is that when you're in the middle of like a fucking huge team battle, you know what I mean? It can kind of become like, does feel like a violation of the senses
It
sometimes.
does. So you're saying you'd want Daredevil to be like fully just hearing and like it's a black screen that you're playing with?
Yeah, exactly. Full POV.
Yeah.
No, but I'd see something like his ultimate ability. Maybe like everything on screen goes black and white and just the enemies are highlighted.
Oh, like the radar sensor, you can see everyone no matter how far, like
Exactly. Almost like a night vision or like ultraviolet.
or like detective mode.
Exactly.
Nice.
So then you can like focus on certain characters. I think that would be really cool.
That would be awesome. Next up, guys, we got the Merc with a Mouth, Deadpool. This one is like the biggest one on our list that I'm like is a for sure lock to be added.
Eventually, for sure.
Or we had to talk about him. Like, there's Deadpool and Wolverine movie merch in the game.
Yeah, he's for sure gonna make
He's on the way.
an appearance,
Yeah.
100%. And in terms of what category we'd see him in, we'd actually see him in Vanguard.
Yes, because Vanguards are the big tanks, you know, that have massive health pools.
Health pools.
pool.
Deadpool versus Health Pool. To kind of break up the mix from Wolverine and Deadpool, we would see him as a Vanguard. Very tanky.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He can have one of those more like slimmed down designs like Doctor Strange, where he's not just like a massive brute, obviously.
Exactly. And to kind of give a little a handicap on top of his like crazy health pool. I feel like he shouldn't do as much damage as like someone like Wolverine.
I would love to see some like rated R system too, where like as he takes damage, his limbs fall off or something.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
But like in a really comedic way.
Yeah.
I don't think they do it for a kid's game, but if they could find some kind of PG way to do it, it'd be hilarious.
So like when you're on your very last health score, you just like a head like jumping around.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, that would be sick.
That would be so funny.
You just can't do anything at that point until you heal.
Yeah. Next on our list, this is one that I've seen like requested on Reddit forums and
Yeah.
you know, online communities and stuff. It's Ghost Rider.
Yes.
Harkening back to the days of Ultimate Alliance, I feel like Ghost Rider was like the character that you wanted to unlock and play as. You know what I mean?
He feels like such a outside the norm of like all the other Marvel superheroes. He's so not a superhero. Who would you want it to be? Would you want like Johnny Blaze like on the bike, or would you want like Robbie Reyes with like the muscle car?
Of those two, I would prefer Johnny Blaze.
Sure.
But if they wanted to go the extra mile, maybe they could even just like do a different skin or cosmetic for his like dash ability. Instead of being a motorbike, it would be a car or something like that, you know? But yeah, in terms of combat, he would definitely be a duelist, you know, very in and out. We gotta have some gnarly chain action in there, like it has to be.
Absolutely. I think it would be really cool if his super move was just like you get the bike however long, like an extended period of time, and you can just like can mow people down.
Hell yeah. Or like he could fucking activate the penance stare, and the closer you get to characters, the more damage they take. So you have to get like really close up to them.
Yes, I love that.
Although I don't really know if it would work on someone like Captain America. I feel like he doesn't really have any skeletons in his closet.
That would be cool though.
Yeah.
If you know certain characters are immune to it.
Yeah.
Spider-Man would not be. Spider-Man's
Oh.
folding immediately.
Absolutely not, dude.
Oh no, Gwen.
Yeah, he just starts crying on the battlefield.
Next up, oh, this was a great pick that you came up with yesterday, dude. Shadowcat from the X-Men.
Kitty Pryde, and especially with this game taking like some of those more obscure characters, like we said, I think this would be just such a great opportunity. And her power set too, you know, as a strategist, we could see her, you know, playing at kind of the back of the map in a more support role. You know, if people got too close to her, she could like, one of her abilities would be to phase through walls.
Absolutely. And like it would be really cool for her special ability to be able to make all her teammates kind of incorporeal for a short amount of time, so that like projectiles pass through them and they can't really get hit, but they can still deliver damage.
Yeah, it would just be so awesome.
Absolutely.
I think especially too because there's a lot of destructible environments in the game, it would look really cool to like phase through broken doors and broken buildings and shit.
Yes.
Alright, next on our list, this is one that we gotta have some like Jack Kirby honoring in here.
Yes.
So we have Silver Surfer. He would have to be probably strategist, you know, in kind of a support role. His design is pretty simple in the comics, but I feel like they could cook some like crazy shit up with
They
this
really could, especially like the artists in this game do such a good job with the way different lighting bounces off the different materials on their character designs, and I'm imagining how they would do like his chrome musculature. It would look super cool. And then you could also give him like the Silver Surfer black alternate skin where he's like chrome like black.
Yeah.
So sick.
In terms of traversal, obviously he's got to have the board.
Absolutely.
But I want them to do some kind of like creative animations with it. I don't see him just like a standard hop on a board and move forward. I would want to see him as like an actual surfer movement.
Yeah.
That you could like get up on the side of buildings or something and then drop, you know, around the enemy or something like that.
Yeah, maybe you can even have some skateboarder moves, you know, where he like grabs the edge of the board as he's like grinding on shit.
If there's ever a time to explore some cool, fun animations like that, it's in this universe.
Definitely. Would you want him to be in this universe Galactus's herald, or like anime girl Galactus's herald, like from the trailers?
God. Yeah, he's just an absolute simp. He's actually in love with Galactus, girl. Jesus Christ.
I get it. Listen, this roster of 33 characters is fantastic. We need some more villains, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
And who better than Green Goblin?
Pettiest man in Marvel Comics, maybe.
Most diabolical, disgusting character in Marvel Comics.
I think I would want him just for, like, the dialogue options between him and Spidey, or, like, him and Venom. I could even see some fun interactions between, like, him and Tony Stark.
100%.
Since they're kind of, like, opposites of the same coin, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and, like, Tony could, like, give him shit for being, like, a worse businessman than him.
Yeah, and you could drop in like some Iron Patriot Easter eggs and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
That would be sick. So he would be a duelist, I think.
In terms of playstyle, he would probably be most like Iron Man.
Yeah,
you know what I
I think
mean?
so.
Like hover above,
Throw shit at people.
annoying as shit. You know what I mean?
I'd like him to have his like finger point lightning bolt move.
Oh my god!
That'd be
Yes.
so sick.
You know what would be crazy cool, actually? They wouldn't do this because it kind of conflicts with the class system, but if his special is he turns into Ultimate Goblin.
Yes!
You know
that
what I
would
mean?
be sick.
I'd love a skin of new Goblin, too. What have you done? He's just like...
I have nothing left except Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, his losing dialogue. I'm ruined.
I'm ruined. Oh, man. You knew this was coming, Pete. Just inject all the James Franco lines in there.
Yeah, but we can't. We're not hiring him back.
Oh, absolutely.
Voice
not.
lines.
Absolutely not. Just get Nolan North to do it, honestly.
Next up, guys, this character is kind of like my go-to, like any Marvel game, I'd want him to be in the roster. It's Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is such a cool character, like maybe one of the coolest and most unique designs in all of Marvel Comics. I think he could add such a cool flavor of like moveset to the roster with like his teleportation abilities. Kind of like a Jeff the Landshark type ability, you know, where like you could grab someone as Nightcrawler and then teleport, say like off a ledge, and then just like drop them and teleport back.
100%.
He'd be such a shit disturber on the field, I think.
Yeah, and I think he would be really good for separating different teammates from their group. You know, maybe you could like spawn into the teammate's base or where they're holding their line of defense and grab one of them, bring them back to your side.
Exactly. Grab the strategist and get him away so the other team's not able to heal.
Exactly. This is obviously be a pretty broken character.
Yes.
But I think you could balance him with making him super low health. Like he's just there to help spread the chessboard of players out a little bit.
Definitely. But I also would love for him to have 2 swords.
And he's got to have some like tail attacks in there too.
Absolutely. Oh, 3 swords.
Yeah.
One's on the tail.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Do it. All right, next on our list, we have Gambit. Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself. Yeah.
Shot out his dick ready.
Yeah, Gambit would just be so fun. I think obviously he'd have to be in a duelist kind of role.
Yes.
I would see him as like a character that would almost place like mines that people would walk into. Maybe he could like lay down a pile of cards or something. They could be like glowing or something, and then when an enemy steps over them, you could like right click or something and trigger them to explode.
I would love for him to be able to just blow up any type of object that's generated by other players. Like he should be able to blow up Groot's walls that he puts up, you know, like the tree walls. He should be able to blow up Punisher's sitting turret that he creates. You know,
so
he's
annoying.
That's what I'm saying, though. You know, he should be able to add his explosive charge to any of the objects that are created by other players.
You know, it'd be cool too, actually, with the mine idea, is if you attach your cards to a certain character, they don't automatically deal damage. And so what you can do is you can either
Stack?
you can wait to, yeah, exactly, stack, and then you have the option of waiting for him to get close to his other teammates before blowing it up, or just blowing them up straight off the bat.
That's great.
And dealing damage to others. He would be really fun to play, I think.
Fuck yeah.
We gotta have a Channing Tatum skin in there too, but not in the Gambit fit, it's just Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from like Magic Mike. Next up, guys, we got Mystique. I think we need a shapeshifter character here.
100%.
We need a character in this game that can be like the Shang Tsung, take people's moves.
But I also see it as like a character that can infiltrate teams. You know what I mean? You can go up behind people. I think one kind of cool thing with her too would be a passive ability where maybe she could deal more damage from the back as like a backstabber. This isn't a character that you want to run straight at your enemies with.
Sure.
If you're up behind them, maybe there could be like a dagger animation or something where she fucking takes out half their health just with one move.
I like that a lot.
I see it almost like a prop hunt thing too, where someone figures you out and chases you. Maybe you could like dart around a corner and then select who else you want to change into.
Playing like Among Us, basically.
Literally though, it'd be so cool. She would definitely be a very unique character.
Agreed.
And last on our list, guys, at number 10, none of these were in order, by the way. We're just like shooting the shit, you know. We kind of want all of these, I'd say, more or less equally.
Definitely.
But we have Carnage.
Yes.
I think we gotta have another Vanguard in here, right?
We do.
Yeah, he's gotta be tanky as shit. But I wouldn't want him fat. I like me like a skinnier kind of.
Oh, no. Fat Carnage, like,
It doesn't even exist, I don't think.
Get that out of here.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to see that. He should be able to like absorb a lot of damage, especially with like all his symbiote tendrils and stuff. And I feel like he's right for like team up moves with Venom.
Could like transform into one kind of toxin like symbiote, you know what I mean, where you're both dealing damage.
Yeah, into like one big like goop monster.
The fighting animation moves would be next level, like some crazy tendril axe or something.
Yeah, making axes, making swords and shit.
I could also see him as a character that like slowly deals damage over time when he's around people, you know what I mean? Maybe because like in the comics, especially in the Ultimate Universe, he can like absorb people's energy.
For sure.
Maybe his like special ability is like when he's down to his last health bar or something, he activates his special ability and it absorbs health around him.
Yeah, it absorbs other people's health and fills up his health bar.
Yeah, and it would be especially good like the more people that are around you at that time, the more health you get. So you have to like strategically plan when you use that ability.
Yes, 100%.
And then he says, "Let there be carnage." When I revive, there's gonna be carnage.
But guys, that's just our list. Let us know in the comments down below who you want to see added to Marvel Rivals, and we'll see you next time.
We love you.
We love you dearly.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.